Peace.
Alright. Probably the most relevant I think my intro screen has ever been. Finally, yeah, I can actually have the prank kids for my intro screen and it doesn't actually make like no sense. So how are we doing today, chat? What are we doing? I should probably turn alerts on, eh? That'd be a good idea. Alerts, alerts, alerts. There we go. Alright, so we've obviously got a box review to do. Lots of cool shit to take a look at. Actually, I've been doing a lot of prep on this box, actually. So I plan to do a video showing off a bunch of combos, similar to what I did to the previous new box. So I've already seen quite a lot of the cards in here. I've gone through some of the cards, just not on stream yet. So it should be fun. Pickup box for Rush. It's not a pickup box. It's a deck build box. These are permanent. Big difference. These are permanent. They're 50 packs, and they're still cheap though. So everyone saying how happy you with Brain Kid? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Where's the where's my Prank Kid channel? First channel I made in the Discord as soon as it was up. Where is it? There we go. Legit first thing was just so I was pretty down on the box before the because of the leaks. The leaks were showing stuff that I was just not interested in. And at least it has one art type I'm hella interested in, so got that going for us. Think Dennis will get Prank Kid voice lines? Is it Dennis's cards? I don't know. Haven't seen. I don't know what the Prank Kid art type was played by. To be fair, can you play it on just about anyone? So if you want to play it on Dennis, you probably can. Although I suspect people are probably going to play the life point skill, similar to what Tenyi does. Alright, so we've got a bunch of new cards, and we've also got a shit ton of new skills as well. So I'm not sure if I should go through this. I always have this dilemma every single time I do a new pack review, or new unbox review. I don't know whether to go through the skills first or the cards first, because they both kind of need each other to like make sense. So whichever one I go through, I'm just gonna be confused either way. So I think it's probably better for me to go through maybe the skills first, because that makes the cards make more sense, and the cards are sort of the important part of the box, of the video, or the stream or whatever, so probably go through the skills first, and then we'll go on to the cards. That also gives more time for people to join the stream who want to see the card review portion, so. It's August PK Phantom Knight Lunar Light. Yes, I'll get right on that. I already saw someone in my fucking Discord cooking fucking PK, whatever it was, August. It's like, god damn it, guys, we need to step back from the August, okay? It's enough August. We've been Augusting too hard. All right, let's have a look. So let's start off with the skills. That's we'll do the skills first. And we'll start from the bottom. Alright, I'm going to ignore the rush stuff because I don't actually care too much. Alright, Contract Fabled. You can only use this skill's second effect once per turn and twice per duel, and the third effect once per duel. You cannot normal or special summon, excluding special summons from the extra deck, monsters except for Fabled monsters. Send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, then add one Fabled card from your graveyard to your hand. Shuffle one Fabled card from your hand into the deck, then add one Fabled card from your deck to your hand. During your main phase this turn, you can normal summon one Fabled Grim blah blah blah, in addition to your normal summon or set. Alright, so I've been seeing some really disgusting combos you can do with this. This is a disgusting skill. So this will definitely see play, and definitely makes the deck actually hella playable. Was it twice per duel? Yeah, twice per duel. Yeah, the end boards you make with this are like various different level 8 synchros, which is actually kind of crazy. You can make I forgot the name of it, the stupid speed raid level 8 thing that they always make. You make that if you want. You build several different things with this shit. Yeah, it gives you a searcher, puts different Fabled cards in graveyard, and different Fabled cards in the graveyard can discard cards from your hand to like trigger their effects, so it's actually really useful. Yeah, both of these effects are super useful. Not sure about the extra normal summon, I assume it's useful, just for being able to set up certain things, but it's mostly for the search effect and the send effect. Oh yeah, I'm well aware that most Fables aren't once per turn. I would show the little replays of the person doing the combos, but I kind of want to save them for the YouTube video later on. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting. Actually, screw it. Fuck it. I'm gonna show it anyway. We'll show one of the Fabled replays because I've got 3 of them saved from Mr. Acia from the Discord. We'll show one of them. So this isn't exactly a specific combo. This is just showing just how stupid this skill can be. This is what Fabled does now. We'll fast forward it. Alright. So grabbing the field spell, discarding, adding to hand. Discarding allows you to then special summon itself. This card can just discard itself to search for anything. Discard 2, add back to hand. This card can then special summon, so it's discarded. Discard, searching again, grabbing whatever the hell this thing is. Discarding from hand to add back to hand. Discarding to add back to hand again. You'll notice this card's been looped like a billion times. This thing just does not... Like, this deck just ignores the existence of once per turn. Just full on ignores it. Alright, discarding, special summoning, grabbing the trap card. So that's already disruption. These two become the draw card, drawing some more. A ancient fairy dragon, because of course, why not just search for a fucking summon break? Oh my god. Let me set that for later on. Once again, just looping these two again. God, it's so disgusting. Special summoning using ancient fairy, getting it. Oh my god, even this card isn't a once per turn. Even just another 2 draws. Alright, grabbing your little putty cat over here. These two become a disruption we'll talk about later on. We won't go through him yet, but he's in the box. And we've also got the trap card for disruption, and yeah, just summon breaker. It's disgusting. So that's sort of a... Hopefully that gives you a good example of what the skill is sort of doing. Being very gross is what it's doing. Still no Gemini support. Later reason. So yeah, that's part of what the Fabled stuff's doing. Alright, let's check out some of the more of these skills. Oh god. Draw Sense Pendulum. You can use the skill, okay. At the beginning of the duel, add pendulums, okay. Once per duel, that's cool. Alright, moving on. Life point boost times 4. Okay, what is this? You can only use this skill if your extra deck contains 2 or more rank 4 or lower Xyz monsters. At the beginning of the duel, gain 1600 life points, okay. During the end phase of a turn that you successfully special summon a rank 4 or lower monster, gain 400 life points, so just plus 2000? Uh-huh. I mean, surely there's better skills in the game than this, right? But it is an option. It does exist. That is plus 2000 for doing literally nothing. In Suship, I guess. Evil Eye skill? I guess so. They can make use of that. They do pay a lot of life points. I mean, sure. If you want to play a rank 4 Xyz deck that has no skill requirement, then gain some life points, I guess. I think there's probably better skills to play than this generally, but I'm sure it's alright. The tier update this round is stupid. The tier update? What do you mean tier? Like the tier list? I didn't see anything wrong with the tier list. It seemed pretty normal to me. I think Shadow was pretty overhyped, and I'd probably put Striker in tier 2, but otherwise it seems fine. Oh yeah, and Tenues. This should not be on the tier list. This should be gone. This should be disappeared into the void, but otherwise it's fine tier list. It's pretty standard. Sky Striker up, Shadow probably down, Tenyu disappeared. Be what I would do. Yeah, zombies are definitely tier 1. You not see the last KC Cup results? That shit is absolutely popping right now. Alright, Altergeist Override. You only use this skill's second effect once per duel if your extra deck contains 9 or more Altergeist cards. At the beginning of the duel, gain 1000 life points. From turn 2 and onward, so keep in mind, you cannot use this going first, which doesn't really matter too much considering like Altergeist kind of want to go first anyway, so it's not like they're weak going first. So it's kind of like a bonus for if you go second. Shuffle 1 monster from your field into the deck, then play 1 Altergeist from outside your deck to your field in face down defense position. It can be changed to face up. Alright, so what the hell does this card do? When Altergeist Link Monster is linked summoned to your field while this card's in your hand, you can target one other Link Monster on the field, special summon this card to your zone that target points to. Okay, also it's treated as an Altergeist monster this turn. Right, so I'm not much of an Altergeist player, so I'm not super versed in what this stuff does. It works with mind control. Oh, so you mind control an opponent's monster, then you can shuffle it in to grab your grab this card? I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. I'm not sure that's the best way to play the deck, but I mean, that's interesting. It's a Pukari. Why is that specifically needed this Altergeist, though? Is it so we can go into like the link 1, then turn the link 1 into this thing? Is it like that the idea? Because obviously I don't see the point of changing an Altergeist monster into an Altergeist monster. So this thing doesn't exactly have an effect on the field. So I assume it's to change like a link 1 into a Altergeist monster or something. Main use for Link Reaver, gotcha. That makes sense. Meets effect in the graveyard. This doesn't have a graveyard effect. Huh? You can steal a monster with a crackdown? I mean, I'm not particularly interested in that. Well, that's cool. It's cool it can do that, but I'm more interested in going second. What would you do with this thing? So far, the only thing I've seen for it is the Link 1 you turn into this thing. So yeah, I guess second Altergeist, maybe. Or get an Altergeist and then get the search from the Link 1. Maybe. I'm not sure what the particular use is otherwise. Seeing Link Reaver, alright. So, not exactly the most useful skill then, just something that is cool, but doesn't, like, I feel like the deck without this would do basically the same as what it currently does, it just adds a little bonus to it, that's all it looks like to me. And seems super different. I guess the main thing is the Link Reaver. You turn the Link Reaver into this, and then you can still get your search, and then link summon using this thing in your card in hand from the new card. But yeah. Not the most useful. I mean, it's fine skill, I just don't think it's like, holy shit, Altergeist are insane. No, I think the thing that will make Altergeist insane, the cards in the box, not the skill. The skill's just kind of nice. Let's do stuff and link it off. Okay. Crackdown, already steal stuff and link stuff off. This is some new concept that Altergeist have invented. The steal and link off. It's like, cool. Yeah, it's a good... Also, here's a spoiler of that, right? If Altergeist go first, and they've cracked down one of your opponent's monsters, you've probably already won the game. Like, it's not like, holy shit, this guy got his crackdown elf, stole my monster, I've now got an empty field, and then he links summoned using the card I stole. Whoa, that's crazy. Wait, I was already dead anyway. Like, it's a good skill, sure, but it seems like the cards in the box are what's going to make the deck good, not the skill. So it's like, okay, cool. I don't think we're playing Mind Control in Altergeist. It's a trap deck. I don't think they want to play up. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Maybe they'll all play Mind Control now, just because it's cool with the skill, which I'm down for. That's a cool little tech you can use. The crackdown certainly just like, I mean, sure, okay. Crackdown's kept in balanced by Lance? Is it? I'm not sure what that's got to do with what we're saying here, but anyway. Alright, moving on. Raiders Revolution. Alright, so we've got 2 skills coming up for the Raiders. You can only use this skill's second and third effects once per duel. You cannot spell or summon monsters except for Raid Raptor monsters and Xyz monsters. Shuffle 1 Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force from your hand into the deck, then add 1 Raid Raptor monster from your deck to your hand. Sell a monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, then add 1 Rank Up Magic Spell card from your deck to your hand, and set 1 Raider's Unbreakable Mind from outside your deck to the field. It can be activated this turn. If your opponent controls a monster, you can also play a Raid Raptor monster from your deck to your field and face down defense position. Alright, so this skill is completely fucked. Now, this is a skill that's winning games for you, okay? The other skill, it's alright. This one, this is a fucking skill. Holy. So, this does a lot for the deck. First of all, it turns this card in your hand into no longer a brick. In fact, it's more than just no longer a brick. It just searches for any Raid Raptor monster. Because this is a card, is this the bundle card, I think? What is this thing? Where do we get this thing from? Rank Up. Which one is this? Oh, this must be in the box somewhere, is it? God, do we just play 3 of this card now just with the skill being able to search for any card? It's basically just like a rotor for the deck now, right? It's literally a rotor for the deck now, so you're probably going to play 3 of it just for the fact that it's a rotor. That feels so weird, because you like, I'm pretty sure you search for it right off the skill later on. So you literally play a card that you're going to shuffle back in just to search for it later. You only really, that's so odd. That is such a, that feels so weird. Like, what name like other skills in the game that give you a card, like that's just used for ranking up, but it's also now your like searcher. That's so odd, man. That's so weird. Sets up air raid on opponent's turn as well. Oh yeah. We see the this deck is now I've already had the 1-card combo shown to me for this deck. So this deck has got a 1-card combo that ends on a triple negate that can negate 3 times a turn. I think it's Requiem isn't hard once per turn or anything, right? It's not, right? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so you end a 3 material Requiem, and you end on this thing's set to turn into the Requiem. So you have a 3 negate Requiem, and then you have this thing set, which just flips face up on your turn, so you could use it whenever anyway. So what this card does is if you Exceed someone using a Dark Exceeds monster as material, which you will be doing because you're going to rank up using the rank up force. I actually haven't read what this card does. I just know it's a rank up card, so I should probably read this thing as well in a second. But we'll go through it when we go through the box later on. You can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So you rank up using your opponent's, using your monster during your opponent's turn. Then you get to pop one of your opponent's cards. So I'm not sure this deck needed triple negate and a pop as well. I think that was probably a little bit extreme by Konami standards. I think this skill is definitely going to make this deck a top tier deck at least. Whether it's going to be like a super high top tier, up for debate, but it's definitely like, this looks pretty top tier to me. It's like the current sort of like, I don't know, it's pretty insane. Also, if you didn't notice, we've got another part of the skill down here, which basically just says, if you interrupt my normal summon, I can still combo now. Whereas before, the deck was like, oh, you interrupted my normal summon? I'm just dead. So they just add this last bit on here to make it so that if your opponent controls a monster, you can just play a Raid Raptor monster from your deck. Just toss it on the field. That last part's actually crazy they added this. They literally identified from just watching Raid Raptor gameplay in Duel Links that, oh, people are just like removing their first monster and then the deck stops working. Oh. How about we just fix that problem? Like this, that's actually fucked. So yeah, that's gonna be an absolutely crazy skill when it comes. You'll definitely see a video on this one. This will probably be like either the first video I make or the second video I make. Depends on how hyped I am for Prank Kid. I will say. Alright, Raiders Rebellion. So second skill. And this one's I think this is for Phantom Knight, I think. You can only use the skill's second and third effects once per duel. You cannot special summon monsters with a level except for the Phantom Knight monsters. And you can only activate one effect of an Exceeds monster during each of your opponent's turns. Activate one effect? Ugh, it's always got this clause on it. This is like the old clause, right? It stops you using the negate more than once per opponent's turn. Summon a monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, and then send one Phantom Knight's monster from your deck to the graveyard and set one. Okay, so it gives you the trap card as well, and puts a dude in graveyard. Sure. Send one Dark Seas monster from your field to the graveyard, then play one Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon from your extra deck to your field and face down defense position. Okay, does one not search for the spell? I guess there must be just, I guess the in-art type can search for it, right? Because it's got, they've got the in-art type search for it, I'm assuming. Alright. So is this even like, this is like just slightly better version of the skill we currently have, right? It's the same skill we currently have, but now we have a trap card with it. Am I like reading this correctly? Isn't this like the exact same as the current skill we have, except now we've got a trap card with it? Just doing the exact same, right? Or very similar. I mean, it's a good skill, but the current skill is good too, and it's not really doing a whole lot, so it's just giving us a trap card as well. So will this be enough to make it a meta deck? I don't think so. I mean, I haven't read the rest of the box cards, so maybe the box cards give us some insane support for this archetype to make it a meta deck, but skill-wise, if we just got this skill and no other cards, I don't think it would make it a meta deck. Because I don't think this one trap card is enough to take a deck from being, like, not really even close to tier 3 currently, or really that good, to being, like, good, so... The box cards better be pretty good, or Found Night I'm not having too much hope for. We haven't even gone through the cards yet, so... No, we haven't reviewed the cards yet. The old one's better, because you can use one effect if you detach the materials of Dark Rebellion. Wait, what do you mean? The old skills also locked you into only one Rebellion use. They both only gave you one negate. As far as I remember. Alright, moving on. The show must go on. Oh god. Okay, so I've been told this is not a pendulum skill, so I can actually read it. I've been told. So we'll read it. You can only use the skill second effect once per turn and twice per duel. You cannot spell summon, excluding special summons from the extra deck monsters except for Performage and level 4 spellcaster monsters. You activate one of the following effects. Add one Wonder Wand, Bound Wand, or what the fuck, at random from outside your deck to your hand, then play some Performage monster from your hand to the bottom of the deck. Why would you want this in your hand? Add one Performage monster from your deck to your hand, and then play some... So you're just putting a load of crap in your deck list? What? Yeah, that's a great skill. I'm gonna move on from that one. Let's move right along. Alright. That's a nice +2 though. Is it only a +1? Aren't you just getting your wand in hand and shuffles it back for a card? It's only a +1, right? I'm going to move on from that one anyway. Alright, watch this become the best deck in the game. Watch this. I literally just pretend it doesn't exist and it turns out to be the best fucking deck in the game. Just you wait. Alright, Performage Acrobat. You can only use this skill once per duel if your deck, excluding extra deck, contains 8 or more level 4 or lower light and or spellcaster monsters. During your main phase, shuffle 3 lights on from your graveyard into your deck, and then take one Performage monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. The skill is only really usable after you've already filled up the graveyard. I mean, that's not the worst skill I've ever read in my life, but... So it doesn't seem like it's doing too much. From what I understand about Performage, is it's not actually really a deck. The cards are just like a really good rank 4 package for other things. So I don't really see like a skill that's locking you specifically being very useful. You don't really want to be locking yourself with this archetype, because I think it's meant to be played with other things. But I could be wrong. Maybe this will actually be a good skill and actually usable. But could be, no idea. Add-on for spellcasters / pens. I mean, it could be good. Like, I hear like the stuff could be good, like Shadow, because they're light monsters and they're spellcasters, so you play them in Shadow. But alright. Next skill's actually good. Alright, we'll get onto it then. Performage Showtime. You can use this skill second, third, and fourth effect. Fourth effect? Oh god. You cannot spell summon monsters in your next deck. Monsters except for Performage and level 4 spellcaster monsters. Okay. Send one Performage monster from your hand to the graveyard, then add one Performage monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. That's getting pretty decent. We do like sending cards to graveyard with Performage, because there's a lot of like reviving back stuff going on. So that's pretty good. Already got a search and a thingo. Alright, shuffle one monster on your field into the deck, and then play one Performage monster from your deck to your field and face down in defense position. So, not sure where the combo is here, because I don't actually know exactly what the cards do yet. I haven't read them yet, so I assume this is good. If you control Performage Xyz monster, the attack of one monster on your field becomes equal to the attack of the monster your opponent controls, the highest attack plus 1000. Oh, that's kind of cool. Alright, that's a fairly cool skill. So it's a rank 4 deck, so you still not, it doesn't lock you out the extra deck summons, so you can still go into like any normal rank 4 package type stuff. And guaranteed beat over any monster. Puts cards in graveyard and gives you the Performage you might want. So good skill, but I'm not sure how Performage works yet. I haven't read the cards, but I mean, good start. This is a fairly decent skill. It's got fucking 4 effects, so you'd hope it was good after the 4th effect. But yeah. Use effect, then shuffle it. No, it might be the one let's say you search for one that revives from graveyard, right? So you discard using the skill, put one in the graveyard, search one that revives, normal summon, revive the thing you just discarded, then shuffle like either of them for something, right? I don't know, seems pretty good. I'm not sure what card you'd summon from the deck, but I haven't read the cards yet, so. Surely there isn't a good light spellcaster. Smile. Magistus Performage. Oh my goodness. Alright. What's this? Super Illusion of the Century. Okay. You can use this skill's second effect once per turn. Oh god, is that a pendulum card? I thought it was a pendulum card for a second. A miniature, add one Performage, blah blah, to your extra deck. What the hell is this? 2 level 4 spells on monsters. You never take damage if the amount is less than or equal to this card's attack. Okay. Oh my god, it's a floodgate. Oh my god. Once per turn, during either player's main phase, you can attach one Exceeds material from this card. The type one face-up attachment monster the turn player controls other than this card. You can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Or to destroy at the end of the battle phase. Why would you want your opponent's monster to attack twice? If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you spend some Performage monster from your deck. I mean, this thing does a lot of OTKing type stuff, but why is it allowed? Why can you do it during your opponent's turn? Why do you want to give someone a double attack during the opponent's turn? What is the point of that? Is there... Okay. I'm sure there's some specific purpose for that, but anyway. During the main phase of a turn that you took effect damage, shuffle one spellcaster monster from your graveyard or your banished cards into your deck. Yeah, we're going to use this skill for playing it, so. Very cool. Alright, let's move on to what's next. So, ignoring the rush cards because we don't care. Leaked cards. These are probably level up rewards, I imagine. So, let's check them out. I assume these level up rewards from the new character, I assume. Bubble Barrier. Each Perform Power and Performage monster control cannot be destroyed battle or card effects once per turn. You can take no battle damage from attacks involving blah blah. Not particularly useful, don't care. I think my camera is probably blocking this one, so let's move it up a bit. Performage Stilts Launcher. If there are no monsters on your field, you can spell summon this card from your hand, but you cannot normal summon to select for the rest of this turn. During either player's turn, when a card effect activates that will inflict damage to your opponent while you have another Performage monster in your graveyard, you can manage this card from the graveyard, inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent. So I assume that would be half to 1,000 damage to your opponent. You can use the effect once per turn. Alright, he's not level 4, so probably not too useful. We're looking for level 4s for this deck, right? Yeah, not sure what we're going to do with this guy. He's not level 4, so unlucky. We just went through this guy. Performage Flame Eater. During either player's turn when a card effect is activated or inflict damage to you, you can activate this effect. You cannot spell summon monsters, blah blah. Spell summon this card from your hand. What's that? Oh, I got something and it wasn't. Wait, what the hell? Oh, thank you, Freshie. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for the 30. Thanks to the 30 people. Thank you, bud. Congrats on your KC Cup topping, by the way. Your 100th place, I think it was. You got the absolute last slot. Good shit. Your top 100. Good stuff. Alright. So where was I? So spell summon this card from your hand. If you do, make the damage to 0. If summoned this way, banish and release the field. So probably not particularly useful. Give that one a hard, yeah, not too useful, that one. Remember the hair on my chin? Yeah, it was close. Good stuff, though. This is banned in TCG? Why? Is someone looping this thing? Is this part of some, like, stupid loop FTK or something? Is this thing actually bad? Actually, it was just some stupid loop or something, right? Is it banned in OCG? What's its stupid name? It's banned in Master Duel? Come on, website. Come on. I don't see any bans anywhere. Maybe no, it was never banned. Just chatting? Just chatting? Alright, we're just chatting. Alright, moving on. Alright, moving on. Goddamn chatters and they're chatting. Alright, Stronghold Guardian. Holy, some dude lifting up a castle? Bro, is that a reference to that one anime where that fucking Demon King picks up a castle and throws it at someone? If a defense position monster you control is attacked, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard during the damage step to have your attack monster gain 1500 defense until the end of this turn. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a card of all time. I mean, hey, someone actually got it in chat. That's it right there. That's the anime. Anyway. Anyway. Alright, that's definitely a card of all time. I mean, looks that the card art's great. I wish all card art in this game looked like this, but yeah. You looked at anime too? I watched that anime. I found it pretty funny once it reached the castle point. Then after you threw the castle, the rest of the show was garbage, so I stopped after that. Well, I stopped at the end of the season, not watched any more of it. Alright. Performage Chat Tricker. So this card's actually good. If 2 or more monsters are on the field, you can spell summon this card from your hand. During either player's turn, when a card effect is activated that will inflict damage to you, you can place a Performage counter on this card, then make the effect damage 0. When the third Performage counter is placed on this card, its attack and defense becomes 3300. Alright, so this is mostly used for extendery stuff. So I believe this counts for if your opponent has monsters as well. It's just on the field in general. So yeah, this is a good extender card. It's good, very good going seconds and just basically just summon itself most of the time. And it's very good with the actual archetype cards. So yeah, this card's pretty good. It's a generic card too. It's also a free-to-play card. It's from the, it's going to be a drop, I imagine, from, drop or level up reward. Probably level up reward. Hopefully more than 1 copy. I don't know if you need more than 1 copy, because I'm not sure what the ratios of perform power are, but, yeah, good to see it. Good to see. At least he has 1 card in here that seems fairly good. Outside of course, the Stronghold Guardian, which is, you know, by far the best card here. Alright, moving on. Okay, we've got the drill drive. Okay, this is a really weird bundle card. I'm glad they're adding this card because it's kind of a cool card. But at the same time, why is this a bundle card? This is really, such a strange bundle card. This is probably the first, oh, I don't know if it's the first one, but it's one of the few bundle cards where I'm actually going to say, like, if you don't want to buy this bundle, just don't. You don't need it. Like, there's no reason to. There's very few decks that, like, I don't think there's very few decks that even have the slot for this card. It just gives, as far as I remember, this thing is just like a thing you just slap onto a rank 4 to give it, like, piercing, right? That's basically what it does. What's its name? Drill Driver. Like, it's a good card. Like, I mean, sure. I know a lot of decks in Master Duel play it because, like, there's, like, no reason not to play it, sort of. Like, if you have a deck that can just has the slot, you might as well just put it in there. Now, what it does is, once per turn, you can Exceed summon this card using a rank 4 Exceed monster controls material, and that's the main use of it. You just take any rank 4 and turn it into this thing with 2500 attack. This card can be used as material for an Exceed summon the turn Exceed summoned. If this card attacks a defense position monster and inflict piercing damage, if the Exceed summon card's only control destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target a level 5 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You use the effect once per turn. So, I mean, it's definitely a good card, but I honestly don't think most rank 4 decks will play it. The thing the thing that makes it hard to warrant this card in Duel Links specifically is the reason this gets played like Master Duel and stuff is because we have like 15 fucking slots. In Duel Links, it's sort of like Zodiac love this thing because Zodiac, they can summon Exceed monsters and those monsters will have 0 attack sometimes. So you just turn that 0 attack into a 2500 attack and it can help you get lethal. Like, I can't think of a rank 4 deck in Duel Links that really cares about, oh, I just want to turn my whatever into a 2500 attack beta. I don't know if you guys could think of anything in particular, but it's like... Can you put in a banner only because of the last effect? And last effect's nice, but I don't know. Suship? Do Suship want to do that? Like, another thing with the rank 4s in Duel Links is we've just got, spoiler alert, we just got another one that is going to be a 2-card slot needed. So, if you want to play like a rank 4 deck, 2 of your slots are guaranteed taken up by this now. If you want to play Utopia, which you might not anymore because this is basically the same sort of thing. But if you do want to play Utopia, there's another 2 slots taken up. I just don't know if it if any deck has the room for it. Like, I don't think Suship seems like the ideal deck for this in terms of like a rank 4 spam deck, but I don't think I'd even play it in Suship because I think I just would prefer the slot saved for something else. That's a cool use. You can still sign with Crackdown and then you can turn that Crackdown into this, I guess. I mean, that's a use. That is a use case. I again don't think it really warrants the slot. Especially considering that's like just pray to God your opponent's playing a rank 4 Exceeds deck, right? That's sort of like, you shouldn't be playing a card just hoping your opponent's playing a rank 4. I know, I feel it's such a strange bundle card. If you don't want to spend your gems on this, don't spend your gems on it. Like, it's not a card that's required, is what I'm going to say. I doubt it'll be that important for any deck ever. It'll probably see play somewhere, but it's not like it'll make or break a deck ever, I don't think. So I don't think you need the card. And if it's limit 1, never play the card. So I really hope Konami don't limit 1 this thing. They won't do it, but if they do, then holy shit. I mean, it gives you packs anyway, so it's not like, I mean, sure. If it gives you the packs anyway, go right ahead, who cares? You can't use this with Zeus. You can't Exceed summon using it the turn it's Exceed summon. It doesn't work with Zeus. Well, so we don't have Zeus in Duel Links anyway. Alright, moving on. Finally, onto the actual box cards themselves. I just zoomed in and it zoomed out. Huh? Huh? Why are you zooming out when I'm zooming in? I'm gonna lose it. What? Why is that zooming me in? I'm zooming... Okay. Anyway. Zeus becomes a skill. What would you do with it? We don't have a main phase 2. What are you gonna do with the card? Anyway. You see Melfi support? Alright, anyway. Silvervine Senri. You contribute this card, then target 1 level 2 monster in your graveyard except Senri, special summon it. Then you special summon level 2 monster from your hand with a different attribute than that monster special summoned by this effect. I mean, it's an interesting effect. I don't think it's going to be used anywhere, but it's certainly an interesting effect. Revives from graveyard and then revives from hand. Like, if there was like some skill in the game that put a level 2 monster in grave for this, turn into some like sort of pseudo 1-card combo, that'd be kind of cool. But I don't think there is. Hope Link 1 is an SR Ultra. If you're talking about Prank Kid, it's neither. It's non-existent. Spoiler alert, there's no Link 1 Prank Kid in here. Sprite support? Whoa. Oh, Unicorn hand control, I guess? Sure. Yeah, no, we'll move on from that one. I thought this said Unchained for a second. I was like, what the hell? Unchained? Undaunted Bumpkin Beast. During the main phase, if your opponent special summoned 3 or more monsters this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Use the effect once per turn. While you control no other monsters, this attack position card cannot be destroyed in battle. That's like this is like a shit version of the dinosaur, right? This is Nib at home, Nibiru at home. Yeah, it's like a shit version of the dinosaur card. Does anyone know the name of it? It's like it's not even a dinosaur. It's like a machine or something. Someone in chat Someone put it in chat. What's the name of this card that I'm thinking of? Someone in chat will know it. The dinosaur that special summons itself after so many summons. Someone will know it. Or maybe nobody knows it. That one. Fortress. I've got fucking too many eyes. How do you spell this stupid thing? Fortress? Does that work? This one. It's basically this card, right? Yeah, it's literally this card, but shit. Because this card's actually good. This card has summoned itself. If your opponent has summoned 3 more monsters, you can special summon this thing, and it's unaffected by other card effects. So, as long as this thing exists in the game, there is literally no reason to play this thing. And this card's actually good. It's seen play in the past. I don't think it sees much play anymore, but certainly in the past it was played quite a bit. It's like another version of like Kite-Roid style effects. Alright, new Amazement waifu was dropped. Amazement Assistant Delilah, or Delia. You can reveal one attraction trap in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. Okay. You can send one attraction trap from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Set one attraction trap directly from your deck. Okay. I mean, both effects are pretty good. It's literally just a free special summon that can swap out any trap for potentially a better trap or one you're looking for. I think the main downside of this card, though, is that Amazement in its current state is played as like a package and other things, and I don't think this helps the like package goal. Like, I don't think you'd include this as part of like the package with the deck. If you want to play like a pure Amazement, this card would definitely probably see play in that. But would I personally think I'd prefer Amazement as a package than an actual deck type. And I think this doesn't help the goal of that, which means I don't think the card will see that much play. But in like an actual Amazement deck, this card's probably, you know, okay. It's definitely both are good effects. I don't know, Amazement didn't even do like, did Amazement even do like any Xyz plays or anything? Was the other one rank 4 as well? Level 4 as well? Because this guy's big. The other there's another Amazement monster, right? Maybe there wasn't. Oh, yeah, here it is. So we can make rank 4s with the deck now, which is kind of cool. So a rank 4 deck now as well. So I guess that definitely makes it like a more appealing pure deck now. Yeah, cool card, but I think I'm pretty certain that the just sticking the boss monster and some trap cards in other art types is probably going to be the better way to play the deck than playing pure, which means this card probably won't see play in that. Alright, moving on. Chaos Grepher, the excuse for another Shadow video, baby. While face up on the field, this card is also Dark Attribute. You can discard one light or dark monster, send one light or dark monster with a different attribute from your deck to the graveyard, but the rest of this turn you cannot special summon monster with the same name the sent monster had in the graveyard. So, any deck that's filled with some light monsters, I mean, Orcust, it might be coming. I might just have to play it. There's a lot of light archetypes. How many light archetypes are in Yu-Gi-Oh? Is that something I can Google? Because that's a lot of Orcust videos right there. Every light archetype in the game now has an Orcust combination. That sounds good to me. 10th Orcust video on the way. Banish a light in the dark. Hey, we're not about chaos here. We're just about we're Orcas gamers. Okay, light Sworn gaming. Hell yeah! It's time, boys. The 10th Orcas video incoming. Alright, on a serious note, is this card actually going to see play or useful anywhere? I mean, it's not a bad effect. It's just sort of, like, I think when I was comparing this in Discord, I was saying, like, it's basically like Summon a Monk does similar things to this, just you have lots of spell cards. Like, it's not so drastically insane. We've already got the Greffer guy, whatever his name is in the game, that just send a card to the graveyard. The only reason you use this card sort of over that is because he's limit 3. That's like the only reason. Yeah, Armageddon Knight, that's his name. So the only reason you'd use like this card over limit 3 is because he's not limit 3. And this card discards a card. So it's sort of like basically what Summon a Monk sort of does. It's not that insane or like, eh. It also only works with some archetypes because it sends a card to the graveyard that you can't summon. So it's good with Orcus because you don't care because you're just going to be banishing the card from grave anyway for its effect. But for some archetypes, sending something to the graveyard just doesn't do anything when you can't summon it. I'm having fun either way. I mean, I'm down to use him in maybe some Orcus video at some point, but it definitely won't be high priority on my list. I don't think this card's all that, like, it's not nothing too insane, but I could see it seeing play somewhere at some point. It's like, it's not a bad card, obviously. It's a good card. It's just, yeah, it's about as good as, like, I'd say, like, a Summon a Monk is, and Summon a Monk doesn't see any play anywhere currently. Well, very little. Alright, Stairway to a Fabled Realm, a card you're definitely going to be using. When this card is activated, you can send one Fabled monster from your deck to the graveyard. Very useful considering there's some Fableds that can just discard from your hand to put themselves back in your hand if they want to. And that triggers the effect of the cards you're discarding from hand. You can target one Fabled monster in your graveyard, discard 2 cards, and if you do, add that monster to your hand. Again, very useful because you like discarding your Fableds, so... And recycling, like the Searcher, for example. If you guys saw at the start of the stream with the different combos we're doing in Fabled, there's one particular one that sort of stood out to me, was the... is it this one you just discard to search for things? If you control a face-up Fabled monster, you can just send this to the graveyard to add a Fabled monster, and it's not hard once per turn. So you just use this thing, search for a Fabled, activate your field spell, discard the one you just searched for and another card, add that card back, search for another Fabled. Like, it's like, this field spell is definitely going to see play. That's really good. Just allows you to multi-use of the different Fableds. Very, very good. Was there any other effects on this that you had to care about? If you fail monster attacks an opponent's monster and you have less cards in your hand than your opponent, your monster gains attack equal to the difference in the number of cards times 200. I mean, it didn't even need the bonus effect, so cool. Nice little bonus effect as well, because why not? Probably, the bonus effect is probably fairly not relevant, considering this deck's boss monster, we're not summoning a failed boss monster. I don't think. Alright, moving on. Our first Raid Raptor. Raid Raptor Heal Eagle. Alright. If all monsters you control are Raid Raptor monsters, you can spell summon this card from your hand. Okay, so just to extend. Oh, it's level 3. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target one Raid Raptor spell trap card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Alright, so this card's level 3. You want level 4s. There's probably some level adjusting cards in Raid Raptor, but I'm pretty sure this deck has a bunch of extenders already at level 4 that don't require you to, like, change levels or adjust shit or anything like that. So, good for the rank 3. I think we're going to be not playing anything that isn't a level 4. Yeah. No thank you. Alright, speaking of bad cards, but this one might see play. I think I'm going to actually try this card out, but it's our first Prank Kid card. Prank Kid's Plan. This is not a great card. During the main phase, you can activate this effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, link summon Prank Kid's link monster using Prank Kid's monsters you control as material. Doesn't, like, do anything, really? Like, there's very, very little reason to ever want to use that effect, like, ever. Because most of the time with Prank Kid, you're going to be fusing during your opponent's turn, so all your Prank Kid monsters are going to use their effect already, so linking during your opponent's turn doesn't net you any value, it does nothing. So, that first effect is, like, incredibly pointless. It's also not like your Prank Kids have, like, some summon during your opponent's turn, IP Masquerade, or summon out some big thing. Like, that's not really what the deck does. I don't know. The first effect is, like, incredibly useless. The only reason this card might ever see any sort of play is the graveyard effect. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from the graveyard, shuffle any number of Prank Kid cards from your graveyard into the deck, and if you do, the attacking monster loses 100 attack for each card shuffled until the end of this turn. So the second effect of this card, where it's in the graveyard, the reason why I think this card might see some play, like there's a chance it might see some play, at least I'd like to test it out, is there's going to be a lot of situations, especially in a 20 card game, where you open up one of the cards you were going to search for with your combo, and then with your Fansies, which is a card that... Is it Fansies? Which one's the green one? I literally just call them by their color. I don't actually pay attention to what their names are. Is Fansies the green one? It is, Fansies. So Fansies sends a card to graveyard, okay? When you're using your... Basically, it just sends a card to graveyard during your combo. We'll talk about it later, but it's literally right here. But because you might already have, like, a combo piece in your hand because you're playing a 20 card game, then you just dump a card for no reason. It's like, why not dump a card that's actually fairly decent? Not like a card that actually has a reason to be in the graveyard, you know? And the shuffling from this, where it shuffles everything back in, is fairly relevant too, considering we have a 8 card extra deck. We've like got no room in our extra deck for things, so unless you've got the continuous spell on the field and you're getting actively recycling it, this card can actually give you back your resources. So I might consider giving this thing a shot just for recycling, and because we're going to be dumping to the graveyard anyway. But it might just be a case of why play this thing over playing just any other generic trap card in the game to give you an actual like decent draw. Because you can also draw into this thing, that feels pretty bad, because you have to like discard it with your continuous spell or something. Yeah, so I'm not sure about this card. I don't think it's very good at all, but the fact that it has like some niche uses means I might use it. Who knows? Alright, moving on to a card that's actually good though. I'm surprised at how many of these Prank Kids are in the normal rarity, by the way, because like all these cards are going to be good that we're about to read out. So Prank Kids Bow Wow Bark. God, this art type has some really dumb names. 2 Prank Kid monsters. A Prank Kids monster this card points to gains 1000 attack. During your opponent's turn as a quick effect, you contribute this card and target 2 Prank Kids cards with different names in your graveyard except Link monsters. Add them to your hand. Also, Prank Kids monster control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects or effects this turn. You can use the effect once per turn. So this card is really good. It allows you to add back some resources from your graveyard to Link summon during, not synchro summon, fusion summon during your opponent's turn. And it makes it so that your stuff you're fusing into and all your Prank Kid stuff, it's all immune to destruction effects. So, yeah, very, very good card. Very good card. This card will be seeing, like 100% seeing play. You'll do this as part of your main Prank Kid combo every game. Yeah. Definitely gonna be seeing this in every single Prank Kid deck, 100%. Good card. Not much else to say about it though. It just adds back resources from the graveyard. If you ever seen Prank Kid before, you understand like you use it. It's just part of their combo, it's what they do. Alright, Rocket Ray. 2 Prank Kids monsters. If this card is fusion summoned, you can have this card lose 1000 attack this turn. That is, also it can attack directly this turn. The only reason that's ever important is for chain blocking. And that doesn't really matter as much in Duel Links because Ash Blossom isn't a thing, so... I mean, you can use it to chain block. I'm not sure what you're chain blocking in Duel Links, but you can chain block with this thing. You contribute this card to then target to... I guess it's relevant for if you want to... like, stop, like... you wouldn't want to, like, chain block a Crystal Wing or something with this thing, though, because you want this thing to be on the field still. You don't be destroyed, but if your opponent has, like, a monster negate on the field, doesn't destroy the card, you'd probably want to chain block with this thing so you can get your summons from deck. I don't know. Just keep in mind you can chain block with this thing. That's all you need to know. You can tribute this card and target 2 prank kids and non-fusion monsters of different names in your graveyard, special summon them. They cannot attack this turn. Very relevant effect, because this card by itself means that you can go into rank 4s with the deck very easily. Oh, not rank 4s. Link 4s with the deck very easily. Because essentially whenever you... Well, I guess we'll go through the other prank kid cards first for you guys that haven't seen them before, so you can have a rough idea of what this is doing and why this card's actually good. So, Fansies. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion or link summon of a Prank Kid monster, you can send 1 Prank Kid card from your deck to the graveyard except Prank Kid's Fansies. Then you can special summon a Prank Kid monster from your hand or deck in defense position except Prank Kid's Fansies. You can use this effect once per turn. So with each of the Prank Kids, whenever they're sent to the graveyard via a fusion or a link summon, they summon out another Prank Kid from the deck. So what makes this card so good is if you fusion summon using 2 Prank Kids, you get 2 Prank Kids on the field, you get your Rocket Ride on the field to use later on, and then you get your, because you got 2 Prank Kids on the field, you can then link them off into a Link monster, that summons another Prank Kid from the deck, you then link those off, get your Searcher and do all this combo-y stuff, climb into a gigantic Link 4 or something, then you can use your Rocket Ride to bring back the 2 Link monsters or the other Link monsters used for material, put them back on the field to then set up your Battle Butler for the following turn. That's basically the gist of it. This card's great at getting just the resources back that you're putting in the graveyard. Very, very good card. It's also like the only small fusion we have, because I don't think they gave us the other one. So it's like a required card to play, because the only way the deck's going to be functional currently. We don't have any other fusion cards to go into. Hey, thank you, CB. They gave us Chaos Grepper. Good to know they gave us the card you don't play in Chaos decks. Yeah, it's perfect. You can play it straight in your Orcus deck. That's just what you needed it for. Topologic Bomber? Topologic Bomber would be awesome if this card protected from your own card effects, but only protects from opponent's destruction effects. Otherwise, Bomber would actually be really sick with this, but it doesn't really work that well. Alright, so these two are the same as this card, only this one just gains life points and this one does burn damage. Otherwise, they're the exact same effect, so I'm not going to bother reading them. You're going to play all 3 of these, probably at 3 copies of each of them, because you want as many as possible, so you can keep summoning multiple different cards from the deck list, and yeah, you want to open as many as possible too, because you need them for your main combos, so. Moving on. The Paths of Destiny. Both players toss a coin. If a player's result is heads, they gain 2,000 life points, and if it's tails, they take 2,000 damage. Holy, new meta breaker coming in. God damn. Yeah, let's move on. Alright, on to the rares. Alright. Also, a new Amazement Trap card. Nurse Burn, let's go. My god. This is halved, by the way. I don't think it's halved on DLM. This will be halved in Duel. It's only 1,000. Alright. Amaze Attraction Thrill Train. Target one Amaze monster you control, one face-up monster your opponent controls, equip it to it. You can activate the following effects based on which one it's equipped to. You can change the equipped monster's battle position, then your opponent chooses one attraction trap in your graveyard, and you set it to your field. Oh, your opponent chooses one? Okay, sure. Or you equip it to your opponent. Banish the equipped monster until the end phase. That's the important one. So this deck now has a Book of Moon and a Banish, right? Or this art type, which is really good because now we can actually deal with Link monsters as well. Yeah, this makes the Amazement package a lot stronger because you just play an extra card that has a different form of disruption. Also, I'm pretty sure the other Amazement trap was once per turn, which was really annoying. Yeah, it was once per turn. So I remember when I was playing this, and I think Live Twin I was playing this combination with. If you wanted to play a bunch of this trap card, it was kind of annoying because this card could only search for this trap card. So if you open this one, then this thing will just be searching for nothing because you can only use one per turn. It felt pretty bad. So having a second card that actually is disruption is worth searching for is really good because we have the good trap card, the Book of Moon, and then we have a Banish trap card as well. So it gives like Amazement a lot more, a bit of versatility and gets around the whole once per turn stuff that's annoying. But to be honest, I mean, it's not an insane trap card. It's not banishing permanently or anything like that. But for an art type that's just going to be searching for something for free, that's a pretty good effect to have. But yeah, it's nothing too insane. It's just definitely something the art type kind of needed because it had it smooths out how the art type was playing, basically. It's probably not going to be enough for me to make a video on the deck, honestly, but it's nice to have it there, I guess. Alright, moving on. Cloak Arc. Oh, it's a pendulum card. Moving on. Alright, now why is this card a rare? This box is some weird ass rarities, man. This card being a rare is so weird to me. So let's read out Mr. Groza over here. Groza, Tyrant of Thunder. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner Fiend monster. So not generic, but pseudo-generic. Can be played with any Fiend deck. During your opponent's main phase as a quick effect, you can target one effect monster on the field, discard one monster, and if you do, negate the monster's effect till the end of this turn. Use the effect of Groza once per turn. If the monster is sent from the hand to the graveyard, you can apply one of the following effects. Cannot be destroyed in battle, cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, your opponent cannot target this thing with card effects. So, why is this a rare? Is this even a once per turn? It's not a once per turn, right? Just the first effect is once per... Just the second effect is once per turn. You only use this effect... Oh, no, it is once per turn. I'm stupid. I thought the only use effect was applying to the second part. So it is once per turn. Because not generic. I mean, it's pretty generic. Any Fiend deck can play it. Also, it's important to note that you can probably climb into this fairly easy. One non-tuner Fiend monster, because the tuner isn't the Fiend, which is like kind of interesting. Because if you have any Fiend, I don't know what we've got in this game, but do we have any Fiend synchros? Let me zoom out a little bit so we actually see them. It makes it really easy to climb into, because you just make a Fiend synchro monster, for example, like this dude here is generic. You just make this card, and then you have a tuner on field, and then you can just make it in any deck then, right? So you can technically make this in any deck if you're just playing another Fiend monster as like a stepping stone, right? So it's just such a weird card to see as as a rare card. It's like this card is like similar can be compared to like the bundle card, for example, whatever its name is. Fucking, how do I keep forgetting the name of it? It's gonna be so popular. Where is it? Why do I keep forgetting your stupid name? Where are you? There you are, your stupid Crystal Wing. It's not obviously not as good, but it's comparable, and like it's like a negate, whatever. And a very good card. You'll definitely see this in Fabled, for example. Definitely be seeing it in Fabled, but I'm not sure what other decks might make use of it, if any. It'd be cool to see it would be cool to see if it makes use in some other deck. Well, the Fiend decks even exist outside of there's like Infernity? Fiend. What have we got currently? It's like Fiends. Evil Eye, Yubel, DD. Not a whole lot, really. Like, you can't summon this in Resonator, can you? Resonator locks you into Dark Dragon, doesn't it? Not just Dark. So if you're using a Resonator, that'd be pretty sick. Yeah, you definitely see it in Fabled, of course. That's the main reason it was released. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Resonators it can't be used in, because then that lock you to... Yeah, it locks you into Dark Dragon specifically, so you can't really use it in Resonator. Not well, anyway. Alright. Burning Abyss. Does Burning Abyss have a... I guess Burning Abyss do have, like, a tuner, right? Okay. Alright, moving on anyway. This card's sick, so you're going to be seeing this definitely in Fabled at the least, if not some other random place at some point. Alright. Fabled Treason. Target one fabled monster in your graveyard and one face-up card on the field. Discard one card. If you do, special summon that monster from your graveyard. If you do that, destroy that card on the field. You can activate one Fabled Treason per turn. Alright, so this card is also going to see play because it is searchable. Searchable trap cards are really good because you discard the monster, it will search for the card. So you just get a disruption on top of your whatever you're doing. So definitely see play just because it's searchable. The card itself just being one lot of disruption isn't that insane, but just because it's because it's just searchable, you just might as well grab it because you can. And keep in mind, discarding cards with this deck is really good. You like discarding cards, so yeah, good card. It's definitely gonna see play. If you're playing the Searcher for it, that is. I'd be pretty surprised if you're not. It seems like a card you definitely want to play. Alright. Oh god, is this the card that Konami fucked up with? Fabled and Raid. Okay, so this card is probably not going to see much play because Konami have royally fucked up with this card. If this card is special summoned, your opponent can discard one card to negate this effect. Otherwise, you draw two cards, then discard one card. So, it can force your opponent to discard or it gives you some draws. Pretty good. If a monster is sent from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, you can target one of those monsters, special summon it to your field, but negate its effects. Here is the effect once per turn. So, the main issue with this is I believe the skill says you can't special summon. Where is it? You cannot normal summon or special summon, excluding special summons from the extra deck monsters except for Fabled monsters. Yeah, that's a bit of an oopsie there, Konami. I don't know why you release a card we literally can't use part of its effect. Like, half this card is just not usable. And you might still use it. I don't know why you would, because I'm pretty sure the other Fabled Synchro, which is also level 6, is just draw two cards with no downside. It's level 5. This one's just draw two cards with no downside, right? Oh, you have to have less than one. Oh, you have to have low cards in hand, I see. Yeah, so I think you can still use the effect. I'm pretty sure you can at least. You just can't do the... I don't know, it's really stupid. I don't know why they would do that. They literally should have just made the skill say something about you can only do it for like your deck. Like you can only summon Fabled monsters from, I don't know, whatever. Something about you as the player personally, or like your deck. So you can summon stuff using your opponent's cards. Like, you should just exclude special summoning from your opponent's graveyard, for example, or something. It would have been fine. Very weird they made this card basically just, like, so much worse because of a skill. Alright, moving on. This card's got an adorable card art, so already off to a good start. The Fabled Abunk. If this card is in your graveyard, you can discard one Fabled monster. If you do, special summon this card, banish it when it leaves the field. Here's the effect once per turn. So this is the second tuner, because I think now we have two of them that do this. Oh, wait, oh yeah, so we now have two tuners that do the same sort of thing, right? If this is discard to the graveyard, special summon it, and this one is if it's discard to the graveyard, special summon it. Right? Yeah. Alright, this one doesn't banish itself when it leaves the field, and this one makes you discard another card, but discarding another card isn't even that bad. Because if you like discarding. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, so it should be used. I don't think you'd play many copies of this, because it's a once per turn, whereas the other Fabled cards are not once per turn. Oh, so... yeah, you're only going to play one of this, I think. You probably still play it, though, but you're definitely only playing one of it. Is Fabled viable? I think Fabled will be very viable. Should be a fairly difficult deck, too. It's definitely not linear in what it does. But yeah, I think you're going to play at least one of this. Alright. Raid Raptor Phantom Knight's Claw. When a monster phase activated, detach one material from your dark Exceeds monster, negate the activation. If you do, destroy the card. Then if the attached material was the Phantom Knight's Raid Raptor or Exceeds Dragon card, one Raid Raptor Exceeds monster you control gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Counter traps are terrifying, okay? We know this, okay? Counter traps in this game have been fairly terrifying in the past. This card specifically, though, is it searchable? I don't know. Is anyone know, chat? Anyone play any Raid Raptor experts? Can you search this card? Is it easily searchable? Trap is searchable with boots? Oh. So it's a Phantom Knight card. I mean, it says Phantom Knight on it. Ah, search nor negate for Phantom Knight. Which is pretty good considering their skill currently locks you into only one effect, right? The skill currently locks you into only one negate. I'm not sure. I don't think you'd use it in Raid Raptor because Raid Raptor gets 3 monster negates anyway. So playing a 4th one is probably irrelevant. Although it does mean if you get like hit by a something to negate it, like a a Chalice or something, you'd have a backup plan. But you definitely want to use this in Phantom Knight then, right? Like you definitely want to use it in Phantom Knight. I'm not sure about Raid Raptor, because like I said, 3 monster negates already is probably enough, unless you get hit by a Chalice or something. A PK, it sounds insane. Yeah, I don't like counter traps right now, because of Tachyons put a very big sour taste in my mouth. And we know from experience, counter traps like this, and like the Salamangreat counter trap, they're very, very strong in Duel Links, so hopefully this won't turn out to be any sort of problem. Otherwise, maybe Konami saw what other counter traps are doing, and they made this a rare rarity, ready to ban it if they need to. Yeah, not sure about this one. This card's a good card. Very scary card, very terrifying. Hopefully won't be as part of every Raid Raptor board or every Phantom Knight board, every single duel, or that'd be very scary. Probably just a one-off, to be honest. I mean, yeah, but it's searchable, that's the point. You play one of it, you search for it. Same with like the Tachyon trap card, you only play that at one. One trap card, search for it, bleh. Alright, moving on. We've actually already gone through this card like a billion times already, because we reviewed the skills earlier, so we're going to skip this one. Pandemonium. Wait, this is the same card, right? This is the pop one? Yeah, it is, okay. Pandemonium is the Prank Kid Quick Play Fusion spell. During the main phase, fusion summon Prank Kid Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot normal or special summon monsters except Prank Kid monsters. So only 2 things you need to know about this card. One, it's a quick effect, so you're going to be using this during your opponent's turn. Basically, every time you do your Prank Kid combo, you'll use this during your opponent's turn. And the second thing to note is you cannot normal special summon monsters except Prank Kids when you use it. So the main reason that's like super noteworthy is it means going first, you don't really want to use this thing over using just a simple polymerization, because you're going to lock yourself out of all your cool link summons that you can do with the deck. So, or even going second, you don't want to use it because you want to do, you basically just want to not use this thing outside of your like combo thing, your summoning Battle Butler combo during your opponent's turn. It can work on your going first to still set up a fairly decent end field, but you miss out on all the links. Oh yeah, also main phase only, pretty important as well. So don't let your opponent go to battle phase thinking you can use this during the battle phase to summon out your big Battle Butler. You can't. It's also, that makes it really annoying because it means it's easily baited out. Like if your opponent has a Chalice in hand or something, right? Or, I don't know, not even a Chalice, just like have something they want to get your Battle Butler on the field for, they can just pretend to go to battle phase, you're forced to use it, you summon out your thing, and then all of a sudden they can remove it. Maybe you have a Kaiju in hand or something, and you want to use the Kaiju on their Battle Butler, so you're just waiting for them to summon it, then you can pretend to go to battle phase, they have to summon the Butler, then you can Kaiju it. So, a lot of downsides to this card, but you need to run it because you need it for the summon during your opponent's turn. Yeah, no meow. Alright, Prank Kids Doodle-Doo. 2 Prank Kids monsters. If this card is link summoned, add a Prank Kids spell trap card from your deck to your hand. You can tribute this card, then target 2 Prank Kids cards with different names in your graveyard, except link monsters, add them to your hand. So, very good card. It's your main searcher for the deck list. Searches for your fusion spell, searches for your field spell, searches for your continuous spell, depending on whichever one you need, depending on what hand you've got or whatever else. And it also recycles things like the spell cards from the graveyard. So it means you can use Fansies as a pseudo searcher, because you can use Fansies to send a card to the graveyard. So you can send Pandemonium to the graveyard, then use this thing's effect to tribute itself to add back that Pandemonium. So yeah, so you use this thing to search for a spell card, then use this thing's second effect to pseudo search for the other card you sent to the graveyard. So very, very good card. You'll use both of its effects fairly regularly. Alright, moving on. The card that is also incredibly bizarre to see in the rare category. The fact this is a rare is so incredibly bizarre to look at. Okay, Prank Kid's main boss monster, Battle Butler. So Prank Kid's Lampsies, Dropsies, and Fansies, so your lads down here. Must be fusion summoned. Quick effect, you can tribute this card, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. If this card in your possession is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, you can target one non-fusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Alright, so you summon this during your opponent's turn. That will immediately trigger the effect of your Prank Kids monsters to summon out some lads to the field. Then you can use this effect to tribute itself. Boom, you just nuked your opponent's entire field. Very strong card. Now we can talk, now that we've reached this point, we can now talk about a bit why Prank Kids is probably not going to be that great in Duel Links. So, one of the main reasons this deck works super well in Master Duel is there's a card called... Let's grab it. There is a Link 1 called Prank Kids Meow Mew. And one of the various effects of this card, one of them is, when you use a tribute effect of one of your Prank Kids on field, this thing will banish itself from the graveyard instead of tributing. Very important when you've got a boss monster that is nuking the field, that it doesn't want to tribute itself, because it has to tribute itself for its effect. So normally you just use its effect to nuke the field, banish the meow from the graveyard, and then you can use its effect again for a second disruption. Without that, you're kind of just nuking the field and losing your boss at the same time, which feels kind of bad. So that is a very big downside to the deck. The other main downside, there's a lot more, actually we'll talk more about it once we reach the final Prank Kid card, so we'll talk more about it up here. That's like one of the downsides, and we'll go through the rest of them once we've reached the final 2 Prank Kids cards, because there's still a few more Prank Kids cards to go through. And I'd like to talk a bit more about this art type, so we'll talk about it in a little bit. Alright, Mannequin Cat. So, a lot of people will remember this card from Sprite metas in Master Duel. It was winning YCSs without Meow Meow. I mean, that was when we had instant fusion and various different Link monsters to actually go into. Duel Links has no Link monsters to go into. And we'll talk about that in a bit anyway. So, Mannequin Cat. 2 level 2 monsters. Once per turn, you can attach one material from this card, then target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, spell summon it to your opponent's field. If a monster is spell summoned to your opponent's field while you control this monster, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, spell summon one monster with the same type or attribute from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Alright, so this card had a little bit of uses specifically with Master Duel, because you would target dark monsters in your opponent's graveyard during tier format to summon out this gigantic dark monster negate to summon to your field. I'm pretty sure that's what it was used for. Will this see any play in Duel Links though? I don't think so. It'd take a very, very specific matchup, I think. We don't have any level 2 decks in the game. It's like a paleo card. That's your Dueling Brook profile? Fuck's sake. Goddamn Nikos or Nekos. Yeah, so Paleo card, I guess, but he won't see much play in this game. He doesn't see much play in Master Duel either. It was literally just used for just like one specific meta it was used for. Alright. Rank up Magic Doom Double Force. Target one Raid Raptor Exceeds monster in your graveyard that was destroyed battle and sent to there this turn. Spiral Summon it. Then Spiral Summon from your extra deck one Exceeds monster that has twice the rank of that monster. Oh, destroy by battle. Oh, this turn? I thought it was a monster reborn for a second. Yeah, no, that's gross. That is gross. Yeah, that is gross. Moving on. See, this is the kind of cards I expect from the rare rarity category, okay? Because this is a stacked rare rarity, okay? Like, even Mannequin Cat's a decent rare, so, like, all these cards are, like, really fucking good. Like, all these cards are good. Except, I mean, this one would be good if it wasn't nerfed by Konami's existence. But look how stacked this rare pool is. Everything but this clock art, this card, and... well, basically just these two. Everything else in here is a good fucking card. It's so weird to look at. It's like it's the most stacked rare like pools I've seen in ages. It's so stacked. They're all good cards. Anyway. Moving on. SRs. Starting off with our Fabled Marcosia. If this card's in your hand, you can discard 2 monsters, except Fabled Marcosia, but including another Fabled monster, and if you do, special summon this card. So, a special summon by discarding, fairly good for various different effects. If summoned this way, this card gains 200 attack for each card discarded. But the main use for this card is if this card is discarded to the graveyard, you can add a Fabled trap card, which will be this card, from your deck to your hand, or another Fabled. I'm pretty sure this is the only card you'll be searching for, because the skill will grab you the field spell. So, if this card's discarded to graveyard, I'm a Fabled spell trap card. They are finally getting their best starter. You talk about this dude? I think that, from what I've seen from the combos that people have been sending me, most of the time the skill just searches for the field spell immediately, and the only reason you use this thing is you use this thing for searching for the trap card. Are there any other Fabled spell and trap cards that are of note? There's not, yeah, because I'm pretty sure the skill is going to grab you this one, and then the trap card searched of this dude. So, yeah. And considering this guy's a once per turn, and you're only using him for a trap search, you're probably not using too many copies of this. You're probably just searching for this at some point during your combo, and then discarding it for the trap card. Probably towards the end of your combo. Yeah, so I think you're probably not going to play too many copies of this, which is a good thing, because considering it's an SR, you probably only need 1 copy of this for the Fabled deck, and it's good to go. Though, considering I think Fabled isn't getting a pickup box, and it's in some ancient-ass box from 20 decades ago, I'm not sure how many people are actually going to play this archetype. There's no reprints of Fabled in here, by the way. Not a single reprint. Although we don't know what the reprints are yet, right? Or maybe we do. But yeah, with no little pickup box thing, it's kind of weird. Oh, it's 2 boxes? Oh my god. Yeah, nah, that's going to be kind of AIDS for a lot of people that haven't actually, didn't pick up the cards when they were released, which was years ago. There has to be a pickup box? Yeah, normally we get leaks for that. I'm not hopeful for it. But there really should be. It's in the Karakuri box? Bro, that's so old. Oh dear. Yeah, when was that? When were they released actually? 2018? Oh my god. And when was the second wave support released? 2020? Bro, it's so old. Okay, well, yeah, thanks for that one, Konami. Hopefully there'll be a pickup box. Hopefully. No copium. It's coming. It's in the diamond core box. Oh god. Oh my god. The fucking you mean this diamond core, right? The fucking what's you call it? Quackeye Mary thing. I mean this one. Oh my god, it's oh my god. Alright, anyway, there better be a pickup box, I swear to god. Alright, it's nearly old enough to be a fucking box chip card. So, yeah, up next, we've got our Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Force. During the main phase, banish one or more dark monsters from your graveyard, then target one Dark Xyz monster you control, special summon from your extra deck, one the Phantom Knights Raid Raptor or Dark Xyz monster whose ranks equal that of the targeted monsters you control, plus the number of monsters banished by using it as material for the rest of this turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Xyz monsters. Holy shit, that was a fucking mouthful. What the hell did all that mean? What the fuck did that all mean? Does it really mean anything other than the fact that you just banish a dark monster, turn your rank 4 into your rank whatever? Is that like, do we need to read all that for any reason? It's a mouthful for a whole lot of nothing. Like, aren't we just turning what's-his-face into what's-his-face? Requiem? Aren't we just turning rank 4s into Requiem with this thing? Is that all it's used for? Do they need to have a whole lot of words just to say we can make a Requiem? You banish X monsters, make rank equal to X plus rank a monster. Okay, so you just banish a bunch of, you banish like 3 monsters to rank it up to 3 levels higher or whatever. Okay, it makes sense. Alright. That's a pretty good card, actually. So, I'm not sure what rank ups we're going to care for outside the 2 main ones now, which is your Rebellion and your other guy. But there are a lot of Raid Raptor monsters. There's quite a few of them already in the game. Where's your big guy? You summon out your big Falcon, right? This card's are really good against back row. Yeah, very good against back row decks. It's on summon too, right? Oh, yeah, it's on summon. But he's level 8, so that's like, that requires 4 cards to be banished. Might be a bit of a stretch to get there with this one, but if you do, that's kind of good. Can't react. Does it have a, you mean you can't respond to it? Oh yeah, your opponent can't respond to it either. Very good. Very, very good card. On summon, opponent can't respond to it. Very good against back row decks. But you do need to get 4 cards in graveyard, right, for that? Which is quite a lot. Alright, and what was there's a bit more on this card that I didn't read, right? Oh no, that wasn't, never mind. Alright, so you're definitely using this thing because it's part of the deck's main combo with the skill anyway, so you have to use this thing. I don't think the skill added it to your hand from outside the deck, right? Pretty sure this one had to be played. Oh, you want to use it because it's basically a rotor for the deck anyway. It's turned into a rotor via the skill, so you're going to use it. Oh, the trap card's actually set from outside the deck. That's interesting considering they gave us the trap card, but anyway. Moving on. Moving on. The Phantom Knights of Torn Scales. You can discard 1 card, send 1 Phantom Knights card from your deck to the graveyard, except the Phantom Knights of Torn Scales. If another Phantom Knight card is in your graveyard, is banished while this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, this card is very good. Puts a card in the graveyard, which you already like to do. Discards a card which literally puts another card in the graveyard, and your cards like being in graveyard. They love it. And if another Phantom Knight is in your graveyard as banished, yeah, just special summon stuff from the graveyard as well. This is really good. Hella good card. This card's like a 1-card starter, right? Is this card literally just 1 card? Well, 1 card plus discard. just put this guy on the field, discard a card, send whichever one, banish it, summon. That's already a rank 3 already. I guess it depends on which card you're, not sure if it's truly one card. 1.5? This card's really good. This skill is so outdated. What skill is outdated? We've got a new skill for this art type. This one's got its own new skill. They both got one now. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I need to say much more about this card. You're playing this card if you're playing Phantom Knight. If you're playing Phantom Knight, you probably want as many of this as you can possibly get your hands on. Very, very good card. Alright. Speaking of pretty good cards, I think this is the Link one, right? Altergeist Pukari. Or Pukari. I think it's Pukari. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. If an Altergeist monster control would be used as link material for an Altergeist monster, this card in hand can also be used as material. Very, very good. Very good. You only use this effect once per turn. If an Altergeist link monster is link summoned to your field while this card's in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Also very, very good. So both the effects of this card are great, especially considering you're playing a deck that plays a trap card that shuffles a card into your deck to then search for a card. It means you just grab this thing for your link summons. When it's in the graveyard later on, just recycles itself for potentially more link summons later on. It's only once per duel though, right? That first part isn't once per duel, just the second part, right? Like that first part's just something you can just do. Am I wrong on that? Yeah, the second part's the recycling from graveyards once per duel. You can always use this thing for link material, right? Oh yeah, it says once per turn on the first phase. I'm stupid. Yeah, very good, very good. Alright. Yeah, definitely gonna see you playing Altergeist. I don't think you play many copies of this though, because you don't really need to. You're just searching for this thing when you need it, right? I assume you're not playing many copies of this. I'm not an Altergeist expert, but I assume you don't play many copies of it. So I don't think your Altergeist deck plan is necessarily to even make link monsters going first. To just sort of get your trap cards and just search for what's his face, Faker. Grab Faker, grab your trap cards, and then just chill and search for this thing when you want to do link summoning on the following turn, probably. Yeah, okay. Should be good, should be good. Also, cheap for people that like Altergeist and already own the cards, because they literally just need one card from this entire box. That's all they need. Just get your SR and dip. Not bad. Alright, speaking of not bad, we've got Pranks. Alright, discard one Prank Kid card, spell summon Prank Kid's token, but it cannot be tributed. During your end phase, you can target 3 Prank Kids cards in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can use each effect once per turn. So, very important specifically for duel links, because like I said with the trap card, we only have very limited extra deck space, so we can't afford to play like 2 of each link monster and 2 of the fusions and whatever else. We're going to have to rely on cards like this to recycle them if we get into any sort of grind game. So very important card just for its grinding alone, especially if you're not planning to use the trap card, which I know probably most people won't plan to use. The card draw is obviously super beneficial. Not as beneficial as most art types, because most art types, when you're drawing cards, you draw into tech cards. Prank Kids, unfortunately, as we'll talk about in a second once we go through Place, sorry. Prank Kids, it's not going to have very much room for tech cards at all, so we're probably not going to be drawing into tech cards off our draws, which is not great. It's not like Live Twin where getting a card draw is super insane because half your deck is like a Crackdown or an Effect Veiler or something insane. You're going to be drawing into just another Prank Kid card that does nothing for you. So, it's also a starter. Yes, it's also a starter for the deck too, just not an optimal starter. The optimal starter is 100% polymerization. But it is a starter, so it stops the deck bricking a bit, which is important considering the deck is going to be very bricky. When I build this deck, I'm going to be building it incredibly free to play with only 1 of each of these. and a bunch of polymerizations. I think the deck's only chance of being even remotely relevant is with a fuckload of polys, honestly. But we'll talk about it more in a second once I go through this. Also, I want to have free-to-play in the title, so I'm just going to do free-to-play. Because this deck is incredibly free-to-play. You get 1 copies of each of these and all your boys down here, and you're good to go. Especially if you've got a terraforming, then you're really good to go. Do you even need 2 of them? It depends on how you want to play the deck. A lot of people are going to play a bunch of this, because it can be a starter, and getting card draw is like... Even if it's not super valuable card draw, it's still card draw, right? So... And it recycles for you, so a lot of people probably prefer to just... Especially when there's not a whole lot of good generic links in the game to end on, going first maybe is just going to be better to use this thing over using like the polymerization play, because there's no real like... The main benefit of polymerization is you'll end on so many resources, you can just turn that shit into a fuck ton of links. You get... I'm just going to show you the replay. I cannot be asked. I want to save the replay for the video, but you guys... No one's gonna... You guys are gonna watch the video anyway, right, guys? You guys are all gonna watch the combo video I show for all the various different art types. Okay, this is an example combo what prank kids are gonna be doing. No, okay, god damn it. Alright, here's what prank kid are gonna be doing. So any 2 prank kids plus a poly could do this. So you discard, make your fusion, this summons your 2 dudes from your deck. Sending the fusion spell to the graveyard, linking off, making your link 2. Unfortunately, there is only getting 1 prank kid effect here because we don't have the yellow in the game, so there's not a... Yeah, we've already used the other effect. But we can search for the field spell, summon 1. Haven't used our normal summon yet, so we can search for Lampseas. Normal summon Lampseas. These 2 become a link. These 2 become literally whatever link you want in the game. You make your what's-his-face here, you can make a fucking Amblo whale if you're a Snake Eyes enjoyer. You can't summon this next one because I forgot this thing needs 3 effect monsters, not 2. So you can't summon this thing. But the point is, you can summon any big link monster you want, whatever you feel like summoning. And then you summon out your dude, summon out your other guy, and this guy tributes himself to give you back your spell card and your monster. So then during the opponent's turn, tribute this card, add the 2 resources to hand, and you make your Battle Butler. Make your Butler and give your 2 resources on the field. So there you go. So that is what Prank Kid can do with Poly. The issue with the spell card, using this card for your starter, is you can't really do that. It doesn't get enough resources for it. Basically what you end on with just this card is you're ending on basically just your Bow Wow ready to fuse into this card during your opponent's turn. You don't end on the big boss monster as well. Which, to be fair, in Duel Links, there isn't that many good Link 4s to go into or Link 3s to go into, so maybe it's just better to have a Pandemonium just chilling on the field. Like, it might just be better for that. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. I hope I'm getting the point across that we don't really, without good generic links, going to big boss monsters doesn't really do a whole lot going first, which leaves you with only 1 lot of disruption, which is the Battle Butler nuke. So that already is pretty bad. And considering this deck doesn't have the link 1. It's a 2-card combo. Basically, this deck requires a 3-card combo just to function. The 3-card combo is super generic in that you need any 2 Prank Kids in existence, plus like Pranks or Poly or your Pandemonium technically works. You just can't go into links again. Can't go into the generic links. Can the Swamp be an option? I've already built like a example. I'll just show you the example. If I'm just gonna show it all, I might as well fucking show it all. I've already posted in my Discord anyway. This is an example, just super free to play deck, right? Incredibly free to play. It looks something like this. Actually, we haven't gone through the field spell yet. Let me just read the field spell real quick, just because we get to the last Prank Kid card just while we're here. Prank Kid's place. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Prank Kid's monster from your deck to your hand, so a searcher for any of the Prank Kids. Once per turn, if you fusion summon a Prank Kids fusion monster, except during the damage step, you can have all monsters you control gain 500 attack. Once per turn, if you link summon a Prank Kids link monster, you have all monsters your opponent's controls lose 500 attack. So, very good field spell for chain blocking, and also it's a searcher. We like searchers. Not as relevant in Prank Kids specifically, because you're going to be link summoning, which searches for the Prank Kids anyway. So it's not like you struggle to find a particular Prank Kid or something. But surely they're going to add the link one to the card trade? I doubt it. The link one makes this deck, like, very good. I'd be surprised if we ever get the link one. At least not for a very long time. It makes this deck way better. It turns this deck from a 3-card combo deck to a 1-card combo deck. And if it's a 1-card combo deck, hello back row. The back row comes in, the effect veilers come in. It turns into a 1-card combo deck and turns Battle Butler into 2 lots of disruption, not 1. So I don't think we're ever getting the link one, at least not for like infinite amount of time. Literally a selection box card to get people to buy stuff. Yeah, but link one is literally a Master Duel deck, because this is what an example deck list for you, and as you'll notice, there's no like no tech cards in here. There's literally no room for them. Because if I show you just doing like test hands with it, for example. Already, first hand, I show you on screen, a deck with no tech cards, almost maxing out on like everything but the field spells, I guess. We've already bricked. This is a deck playing, what, 9 Prank Kids plus the 2 searchers. So we're playing 11 different like Prank Kids grabbers. And we've already bricked. And our first hand we're showing you. To be fair, this card would, in most people's builds, probably be like a Treacherous or something. Probably wouldn't be this thing, but yeah, it works generally. Like, this is a fine hand, this is a fine hand, this is a fine hand. But you sort of get what I mean, right? I have to play this much just to get it sort of functioning where it doesn't brick. Which means we have no tech card slots at all, which is so bad. So, main downsides of this deck, which why I don't think will be very good in Duel Links. 1, we don't have good generic links to go into, so I can't set up like anything really. I can't just make an Appaloosa like you can in Master Duel. I have to sit there and be like, oh, here's my Amblo Whale. You know, like what does that do? There's no good generic links to go into. It's good going second, but you know, Winder just FTKs you. That's true, because you no text to deal with it. So it's no good generic links. We had to play basically no tech cards because there's just no space. It still bricks even with no tech cards. And yeah, it's looking a little bit dire, this art type. But the bright side is it's incredibly cheap, because even this deck list I'm showing you on screen, this card is a box chip card. So you can literally craft this thing essentially. So this entire deck is basically free. So if you're going for any of the other art types in here, you'll probably end up having the Prank Kid deck list anyway, at least a free-to-play list like the one I'm showing you. I think a lot of people are going to go for 3 lots of pranks for their deck, which is completely fine if they want to. But I think if I'm going to upload a video on this, because I don't think it'll be very good, I think I'll be more sort of feel better if I'm uploading a free-to-play list so that people just want to build it, can build it, and not worry about prices or anything. Because making you guys like build a deck list that's super expensive for something that's probably going to be pretty shit, at least for now, isn't going to be too good. You made a Topologic Bomber and have a level 1 on field. The issue with Topologic Bomber Drag is it nukes your own field. You certainly can make Topologic, but it nukes your own field. If this fucking card right here, this card right here, if this card said stops you from destruction from your own cards, it'd be fantastic. God, I wish. A free-to-play deck like your Sartis when they came was still nice. Yeah, at least it's free. That's the only upside. And in the future, there's some really, really huge buffs for the deck. Obviously, there's a Link 1 will be insane for it. Another one is simply adding a single copy of the other missing main deck prank kit, which I don't really know why we didn't get. Your Roxy's. One single copy of Roxy's is huge, just because it gives you another name to summon. So that's one more resource to go into something else with. So anyway, that's enough of prank kids. We haven't even finished the actual box yet, so that's my opinion on prank kids for people that are interested in that one. I know I'm more interested in prank kid just because it's an archetype I've played a bunch of, so I was very interested in this archetype. Anyway, I'm hoping I'm pretty wrong on this. I'm hoping it's like a top tier meta contender, because that'd be really fun for me. Yeah, it gives you a draw discard, which helps unbrick you a little bit too, considering the deck is fairly bricky. Alright, Raid Raptor Revolution Falcon. Alright, Air Raid. 3 level 6 Wing Beast monsters, or just rank up into it. You can also summon this card by discarding 1 rank up magic spell and using a rank 5 or lower Raid Raptor exceeds monster controls material. Oh, so you can just discard a spell card for it. Okay, that's kind of cool. If this card exceeds summon, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Okay. And if it was face up, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack it had on the field. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon Raid Raptor from your extra deck. Alright. I mean, that's cool, but I think Raid Raptor, if I remember, has a bunch of not board nukers, but like popping effects, don't they? I thought they already had a bunch. Like, aren't you a pop? Hey, this card was already a destroy. They had another one too, right? Is it you? Yeah, this card's already a destroy as well. So does it really change much about the deck? Doesn't just go from like, I guess because this one's like, can generically discard any rank up spell, I guess. So you can discard this card without worrying about the banishing from graveyard. So I guess that's why you want to use it. You can summon an opponent's turn with the rank up spell, pop 2 with the trap card. Oh, yeah, because these ones aren't quick effects, right? Yeah. The ones we already have aren't quick effects, so you summon on an opponent's turn. Yeah, that makes so much more sense. Okay. That's hella relevant against back row decks, right? Can you target back row? Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, that makes it... That's so good to back row. Oh, this one destroys monsters. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I thought this card destroyed back row as well. Not as exciting, but still pretty good. It was bad, man. I thought this thing could pop back row as well. It's still a good card though. Still summoning it. Would you ever summon this over what's his face though? Realistically, like what situation are you summoning this over? Triple negate. A pretty rare situation, right?
Card games on motorcycles!
I actually don't know what situation you'd ever want to summon that in over the other one. There's probably something. I guess once you've already used up the other one, you already have one of these in your extra, I guess. Like later on, maybe. Get a Raid Shadow Legends ad for the Raid Raptor video. I'm pretty sure I did that actually, didn't I? Didn't one of my Raid Raptor videos actually have, unironically, Raid Shadow Legends in it? I just think I did that. Alright, yeah, this card seems pretty good. It's just like, it just seems like something that's like a good option, but something you're probably not going to summon too much because you're just going to be summoning out, what's his face? Big Negate Man. I guess you summon it if, no, because you're going to be summoning this card now, right? I guess if you just need to special summon, destroy something because you need something off the field, I guess you go for this card now. Definitely going to be using it. It's just yeah, not as good as the other 2 big boss monsters for the deck now, but you're definitely going to be summoning this thing. That's for sure. To deal with certain fields and whatnot. An air raid version that summons it multiple times. Pop 2 on your opponent's on your turn. Pop 2 on their turn. Oh god. So just really making use of a trap card, huh? Alright. That could be fun. Alright, moving on. Onto your Trick Clown. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Performage monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its target defense becomes 0. Then you take on 1000 damage. You only use this effect once per turn. Alright, so this card is really good with the new skill, which allows you to search for this thing. It allows you to put it in the graveyard potentially, but though you want you'd want it in the graveyard initially. Good Tillerman card, good mill card, very good for Lightsworn. Counts as when it's being detached, right, as well. It's because not when sent from the field, it's just when sent to the graveyard. So you can use it as part of detaching, detach, then special summon it back. You can also use it to grab the other card too, wherever he is. This one? Hat Tricker. Very, very good card for rank 4 spammy sort of decks. Also good for any sort of deck that mills. Oh yeah, I can link it off with the Magistus Link one. This actually might be very good Shadow support, actually. A light monster that can be sent to the graveyard with Shadow Fusion, right? And then just summon itself back. Wait, what am I looking at here? Wrong card. This one. Isn't this just really good in Shadow? Like, isn't this like very good in Shadow? Like, surely they start playing this card, right? Shadow Fusion send this thing? It just summoned itself. That's a nice little nightmare unicorn photo right there. That sounds really good. It's also a spellcaster, so it doesn't affect the skill and pure. So you can still shuffle cards back. Problem is taking 1000 damage. Paying life points, I don't think people care. I'd take 1000 life points any fucking day for a free summon. Hell yeah. Alright, I suspect this will see play in Shadow primarily. And then maybe it's maybe you play it in your rank 4 spammy decks too. Alright, Performage Damage Juggler. When a card effect is activated or inflict damage, you can quick effect, discard this card, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. During the battle phase, quick effect, you can discard this card, reduce the next battle damage you would take to this turn to 0. Oh god. It's a Kiteroid. You banish this card from your graveyard, add a Performage monster from your deck to your hand, except Damage Juggler. You can use the effect once per turn. Oh, this one's half to only 500 damage? Like, that's crazy. Alright. So, we've got a card here that can be used as a Kiteroid, and also a card that you can banish from the graveyard to search for Performage cards. Very good with the skill that puts this thing straight in the graveyard. I'm pretty sure we had a skill that the skill did that, right? Wasn't that one of the skill's effects? Oh no, the first part just sends one, right? From hand. Yeah, this Performage deck is probably actually fairly decent, honestly. Just for a rank 4 spammy deck. Honestly, it could probably do quite well for itself. Even when being locked into like spellcasters, whatever it's locked into. It's not locked. As long as the extra deck isn't locked, you can definitely do some cool stuff with this. I mean, its own goddamn Kiteroid is so annoying. Like we know from history, any card that's from hand that stops you taking damage is a fairly decent option. So having this in just any rank 4 deck is probably going to be pretty useful. Pretty decent. Alright, should be pretty fun. Not sure how, like, meta relevant it'll be, because generally rank 4 spammy decks aren't, like, super relevant anymore. They're a bit too, like, You know, Suship kind of is like the most optimal rank 4 spammy deck you can actually have. I don't think like you can really make something more optimal than that. I don't really think these are... At least as like a pure deck, really do a whole lot. They're definitely really good as packages in other things, like Shadow or Light Sworn or some sort of mill deck, or anything that sends cards to grave, or maybe putting this in like, I don't know, some other already good rank 4 archetype sounds pretty good. But I'm not sure on its own it's realistically going to be that strong. Can't get a battle damage? During the battle phase, you can discard this card, reduce the next battle damage you would take to 0. Now this one's Kairoid. It has both. It can defend you from battle, or it can defend you from, what's you call it? Effect. It's both. Yeah, it'll be decent, but I think it'll be like sort of a worse version of like Suship anyway. Alright, moving on to the most important card of the entire box. The card you've all been waiting for. You guys have been like waiting for me to go over this card. It's just... Ooh, the anticipation, man. Holy. Short Circuit. Activate only if you... Why is this in here? What? Who put this in here? What intern put this in the box? Huh? What intern decided, you know what, whenever you go through your SR sales, this is the card you're gonna see every single fucking time? Who did this? Who was it? Why is this card in the SR category and Battle Butler's a rare? You know? Why is Battle Butler a rare? Why is, like, this card a rare? Why is anything in here? Why is this dude a rare? But this fucking card gets to be an SR to ruin my goddamn sales. $5 it was Brad? True. Gonna have to have a word with Brad after this. Short Circuit. Activate only if you control 3 or more Batterymen monsters. Where are the Batterymen in this box? Where? Somebody point at a Batteryman for me. They seem to be missing. I mean, maybe my eyes are just playing tricks on me, but I don't seem to see any Batterymen in this box anywhere. Alright. Destroy all cards your opponent controls. Yay! Summon, get 3 monsters on your field. Hopefully your opponent hasn't used any responses. Activate Short Circuit. Their field go boom. Fan seizes a thunder. Holy shit. That's basically a Batteryman right there. Leaves new Prismatic. Shut the fuck up. I swear to God. No. There's so many good cards that need to give me Prismatic. For the love of God, don't be Short Circuit. I swear to God. To be fair though, this card actually does sound pretty fun to play. But Batteryman's like a 25 billion year old deck, so this card doesn't help it enough to make it doesn't actually help it enough to be... Congrats on your 6 copies, god damn it. Yeah, I don't think this card will make the deck any more playable, but it does seem like a pretty fun card. For the two Batteryman players out there, let me just quickly check. How many Batteryman players are there in existence? November? Actually, you know, sooner than I expected, actually. Wait, didn't I make a video on... When did I make a video on this last? I swear to God I have a Batteryman video. Batteryman. 3 years ago. Oh. Alright, maybe it wasn't so recent. Oh. Never mind. Alright, moving on. Our final 3 cards in the box. With the 2 probably most exciting cards in my opinion, just because in general, if you're going into the box, you go into it one singular time, getting just these 2 is immense value. These 2 are really good cards to just get single copies of. So we'll start with Raiders Knight, because this one is the one you go into first, before you go into this one. Raiders Knight. This card takes 2 level 4 dark monsters. This card's always treated as the Phantom Knights card and Raid Raptor card. You can attach one material from this card, special summon from your extra deck, one the Phantom Knights, Raid Raptor, or Xyz Dragon Xyz monster that is one rank higher or lower than this card by using this face-up card you control as material, but destroy it during your opponent's next end phase. Alright, so this card is a card you're going to be summoning out, use its effect, swap it over, summon out the bigger boy, Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Essentially, a good way to look at this is it's very similar to this little combo. It's very similar to the Utopia combo we currently have, just probably stronger. Not in all scenarios, but in most scenarios, I'd say stronger. So, Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. This Xyz summoned card cannot be destroyed by card effects. I think that includes your own Raiders Knight, so it doesn't get popped by the Raiders Knights effect, I think. This guy doesn't have that effect though, right? What's his face? What's the other stupid... He's not a Raptor card. What's the name of the other boss monster, chat? I've forgotten its stupid name. The other rank 5 thing we're going into. What's it called? I've already forgotten the name. Requiem, thank you. Alright, this card is destroyed. So you don't want to summon this thing with this dude. Alright, so you don't want to summon this card with this guy, just this dude. Alright. Then it doesn't really matter too much anyway, because you're probably going to kill your opponent once you've summoned this thing. That's the goal of it. So you can attach one material from this card. You can only declare an attack with this card for the rest of this turn. Also, this card gains attack equal to the combined attack, original attack, of all other face-up monsters on the field. Then if this card was a Dark Xyz monster as a material, negate the effects of all other face-up monsters on the field. So you summon this thing versus like a Blue Eyes player that has 2 Blue Eyes monsters on the field, they're dead. They're just straight up dead. This thing already has a base of 3,000 attack. It does not take much to kill from this. Also important to note, if you're playing something like Suship, for example, which is a rank 4 spam deck, you summon out your big rank 4, you summon out your next rank 4. Oh, it's actually so good in Suship, right? Because of Suship, one of their main downsides is a lot of the time your opponent can just wait to the battle phase to use their effects, because Suship has their boss monster, right? Their boat. This dude. This card's only a main phase negate, so a lot of the time your opponent will just wait to the battle phase to use their wait, it's not generic? Oh, it's 2 dark monsters. Oh, I guess Suship isn't dark. Oh, Suship have no darks. No. Oh, it'd be so good in Suship. I thought it was way more generic than it is. It's 2 darks, so it's not actually that generic. Oh, man. It's still very good, but it's only good in dark decks, man. Like Lunalight. I guess Lunalight will love it. God, what decks we use this in, actually? What good rank 4 decks have we got? Oh, Rocket's a good one. Wait, Rocket score doesn't lock you, right? I think it doesn't lock you. So I guess Lunalight's the one that comes to mind the most there. But I guess no, let's see level 4. Torn Scale discard half. No, we're not doing a 10th Orcust video, okay? I can't just be the Orcust guy. Just these 3 level 5s? Alright, I don't think we're going to go for 3 level 5s very often. I think I prefer to stick to Utopia then. I don't think we're summoning it in Shadow. I mean, you could. Wait, Shadow has rank 4s? Hang on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Actual Shadow tech? I don't think we have the extra deck space for it, but it'd be kind of funny to summon it in Shadow. It'd be kind of fun. Lunalight's definitely a big one. Rocket 2. Level 4, rank 4. Oh, Destiny. Wait, can Destiny Hero summon it? Destiny Hero hasn't got any locks, right? I can't remember. Be kind of cool if you can summon a Destiny hero. They summon out a bunch of level 4s. Evil Eye is kind of a difficult-ish one to do it in. Red Eye Zombie? Okay, sure, fuck it. Why not? Toss it in. Oh, Destiny Hero. Is it locked from the extra? So I can do it in Destiny Hero too? Alright, so there's still quite a lot of decks you can do it with. Unfortunately, it's not generic as I thought it was. I actually thought this card was just playable in literally anything, but I guess it's only with Dark. But there's still quite a lot of decks you can play it in. So it negates everything, sucks up the attack of everything, swings in, and your opponent is most likely dead. It's like a more powerful version of the Utopia combo. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, Raid Raptors obviously, but sure. You can also summon it very easy in Phantom Knight as well, of course. So Phantom Knight and Raid Raptor, yeah, sure. It's gonna be kind of weird if Raid Raptor and Phantom Knight both turned out to be meta decks. It's kind of weird that both of them are probably doing the exact same turn 1 and turn 2, right? Aren't both of them just gonna be trying to summon the negate turn 1, and both of them gonna be summoning this turn 2? Would that be really stupid? 2 meta decks doing the exact same play, but just look slightly different. Different ways to get there. They share the same art type. They share the same art types, but in Duel Links, they're going to be using 2 different skills and basically 2 different decks. That sounds kind of funny. Phantom Knight are a lot weaker? Maybe. I wouldn't count Phantom Knight out. I really wouldn't count them out. Raid Raptor seems like I think the, isn't Phantom Knight the best use of this counter trap, wherever it is, this one? Because Raid Raptor's searches aren't going to be used on this, right? If they even can search for this. Can Raid Raptor itself search for this? I know in chat said Phantom Knight could earlier, but can Raid Raptor search this as well? Although Raid Raptor doesn't need it as much because Raid Raptor has like 3 negates, whereas Phantom Knight would only have 1 because their skill locks them. PK has better recovery. Works with Ding. What do you mean it works with Ding? Oh, because it's a Dark Seas monster? Fuck's sake. Alright, conflicting answers. I see a no and a yes. Right. Oh, unless you play a bad Raid Raptor card. Okay. Miscellaneous? Isn't that the card that sends to graveyard? Oh, this is oh wait, I thought this only searched monsters. Can this actually search it? Oh, this can search it. Oh, you're probably playing this at 1 then, right? Because if you already opened the extender for your 1-card combo when you send this thing, you can just search for the trap card then. Well, you definitely play it then, right? Why wouldn't you? Because your 1-card combo, it's like if you just open a single Raid Raptor extender, why wouldn't you just search for a counter trap instead? You'll never use Mimicry for this? I mean, why wouldn't you if you already opened the extender, right? The deck's a 1-card combo deck if you want it to be. And counter traps are so fucking good in this game. Because I know a lot of people, when they were doing the combos for the deck, they were going for like multiple rank 4s, but there isn't really like a whole lot of... I guess you can go multiple rank 4s, right? And you just set up like the flip dude that flips things face down. But the huge upside of this, it deals with like things like Droplet, right? Because if you make your Raid Raptor field, it's super susceptible to... Because most of the negation, or most of the disruptions all in one monster. So your opponent negates it with something that's really bad, especially like a Droplet or something. This thing kind of deals with that issue, because if they negate it, at least you have some sort of extra disruption that isn't even in the form of a monster negate. It's a trap card negate. It detaches. It's the same number of negates. Yeah, but it deals with, like I said, the problem with the quick effect, the getting hit by Droplet or Chalice or Book. Oh, I actually can't do it. It doesn't work with Book of Moon, right? The card has to be face up, I imagine, to detach. Also, counter trap is also incredibly important because your opponent obviously can't chain to it. Whereas I assume they can chain to the Raid Raptor negate another guy. Oh, you can detach when it's face down? Can you actually? So it deals with Book of Moon as well? Oh, that's really good. Because that means this card will help Raid Raptor deal with Chalice, Book of Moon, and Droplet. Which are all really popular cards still. Book of Moon's certainly fallen off quite a bit, but... Book of Moon's still the most popular, actually. But yeah, Book of Moon, Chalice, Droplet. Those are the main ones. Oh, this another big one, Widow Anchor. Widow Anchor's hella popular. Widow Anchor's normally going to steal it at this point, let's be real. But sometimes it won't. Sometimes they're going to just try to negate. Yeah, that's hella. I actually wonder if the best builds of this will play this card or not. To me, it seems like you should play it, because it just deals with the fact that there's... It's a monster negate, not a spell negate. That's not the point. The point is if your monster gets negated, you have nothing left. This thing says, oh, now I have a monster negate still on the field. I'm aware this thing isn't a monster negate. I'm saying all your disruption in the deck currently is like, or most of it. You can summon out sometimes like the dark dude that flips things face down, I think, in that deck. But most of it is your disruptions in your one monster, and if it gets hit by a Chalice or a Droplet or whatever, you may have had 3 negates, but you just lost all of them. So if you just search for this card for free, because you already had your extender in hand, so you didn't need to search for the extender for your 1-card combo, then you can set the trap card, and all of a sudden you've got your... Yeah, if your card gets negated, you still have something to deal with your opponent's shit. You're not just losing the game outright. And you can't use it on face... I have a bunch of people say you can use it on face down Exceed, and a bunch of people said you can't. Or one person said you can't. Don't know, I'll find out when I use the card, if you can or not. If you reckon gets in the gate, you still have the tracker's backup? Not really, because you use the trap card, you summon the Requiem with the trap card, like you use them together. You have the trap card on field, you activate the quick play, summon the thing, pop the card, right? Like it's not the Requiem, the trap card isn't backup because the trap card's disruption is from the summon. It definitely works with face down monsters. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm getting some definite people in chat saying it definitely works, so I'm gonna trust those guys. I'm gonna say it does work. Yeah, so I wouldn't say this is follow-up. This thing literally is only on the summon of it. I know, I'm pretty interested in seeing if this card will see play or not. I think there's a good chance it will. Especially if Droplet is super popular. And Droplet and... Like, if you think about it, right? The Raid Raptor deck list, like the thing you're summoning, is going to be a monster with 3 negates on it. What decks in the game stop you, even Ghost Mourner too, right? That also deals with it. So what decks in the game can actually play through like 3 monster negate destroys, right? There's like not many of them. So most decks are going to need to play something like Chalice or Droplet or something like that, right? So having a search for a way to have at least some sort of disruption if your monster gets hit by one of those is so good. Like surely it gets used. I think I'm down to try it out at least. We'll see. It's only a one-off if you do play it, but it's like if you already have like the stuff in hand for Raid Raptor, you might as well search for it. Sounds pretty good. Alright, we haven't even gone through the final card in the box. I'm literally just tangenting. I'm literally just rambling. Actually chatting. I'm literally just chatting. Alright, let's talk about the final card in the box. Altergeist Memory Gaunt. 2 Altergeist monsters, Link 4. Bro is yapping. Out here yapping. Alright. During the battle phase quick effect, you contribute 1 other monster this card gains attack equal to the attack the attributed monster had on the field. When this card destroys a monster by battle, you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls, and if you do, this card can make a 2nd attack in a row. If this card be destroyed, you can banish 1 monster from your graveyard instead. Alright, so this is just... Why is this the ultra rare? I mean, it's a good card, but it's like a finisher, right? Why is this an ultra rare quality? It's just a finisher, right? I mean, sure. I don't really get why. Never got played. I mean, it probably sees some play. It's just a finisher card, right? I mean, you just make... I guess in TCG, you just make access code talker, right? Why bother? Why bother doing anything when you just make access code talker? I mean, sure, you're probably going to summon it. But, like, it's just a finisher, right? The thing about this card is, right, if Altergeist are getting to a point where they have the ability to summon this thing, you've probably already lost the game. So does this card really do anything for Altergeist when they're like, if they already get to this point, they've probably already won? Like, sure, you can make a big Link 4. Congrats. You literally had already won by that point if you got that much fucking resources on field with Altergeist. And this is a really weird card to have an ultra rare. You're going to play it because it's a good finisher for the deck, but it's like, okay, sure. Also, really strange that all the ultra rares, I think, are one-offs. I don't think you're playing 2 of these in anything. These are all one-offs, right? All ultra rares are one-offs for this box. Honestly, if you're a free-to-play player, this might just be a one-off box. You just get, like, grab all the Prank Kid stuff, grab these 2 dudes, grab your one Altergeist support. I don't know, grab your Shadow support right here. Call it a day. Even the Fabled stuff, if you already own the Fabled cards, it's fairly cheap. If you don't have the Fabled cards already, you're fucked. But if you already own them, then you only really want one of this, because it's a, because you're just searching for a trap card with it. There's no other Fabled stuff up here. Everything's in the rare category, so if you already own the Fabled stuff, it's pretty cheap. It's only really the Phantom Knight players that are having to spend, right? It's literally just the Phantom Knight players that are getting shit on. Any Phantom Knight enjoyers getting shit on by this card? Are they having to get 3 of this? It's a great mini box. I think it's a pretty good looking mini box. I'm very skeptical on if Prank Kid are going to be playable, but I'm going to try them anyway because they're the art type that I'm most in love with from this box. But maybe that will kill my vibe after trying it in Duel Links and finding out it's garbage and having to wait for the next wave of support. But yeah, it looks pretty decent. Dude, is there even like Raid Raptor is like, if you already own the Raid Raptor cards, what are you even like spending money on in here? You're literally just like, yep, grab your dude, yep, grab your dude, yep, grab your card, and I guess you want, I guess actually Raid Raptor wants 3 of this, right? Because you want it for it, because it's basically a, this is a rotor in the deck now. Because the skill literally turns this card into a rotor. It literally turns it into where you can search for anything. So I guess Raid Raptor do have to wait a little bit. So I guess when I do my box opening, it's literally just going to be, once you hit this card and this card, it's reset, right?
Card games on motorcycle!
Because everything else is a one-of. One-of, 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 one-of. 0 of, actually. Still playing on a Raid Raptor pickup box? Maybe. Yes, I think it's actually just reset on these 2. That's it. So it shouldn't be the most expensive box, especially considering it's a mini as well. Sounds good. I really hope only one of the 2 decks becomes meta, if they do, between these 2. Because if both of them become meta, it's going to be so stupid to have the 2 meta decks doing the exact same thing of summoning one, going first, summon one, going first, summon the other. It's going to be so stupid. Age of Short Circuits, suck my balls. Alright, chat, what are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts right now. What decks are we hoping for? What decks are becoming meta? It's like TC. Oh, finally turning to TCG decks where we just all summon the same boss monsters. Altergeist? Yeah. Alright, Crimson. Hey, that's in PK meta, you reckon? By the way, I will have a video out probably tomorrow that will be going through the some of the combos I showed on stream today, and a bunch more for all the different archetypes. Probably one for all the main ones. So I'll have a combo for Prank Kid, Raid Raptor, Fabled, Phantom Knight, Altergeist, and those probably the main combo ones. And I'll show all those combos on a video tomorrow or the day after. Hi, YouTube chat. Was that Discord notification from you, bro? From me? Huh? Audio wise? No, I didn't have any audio from when I'm streaming from Discord. You'll cook something for Performage? Hell yeah, I'll show it off then. Why not? Yeah, I've already got a bunch of combos already lined up, so should be a fun video tomorrow. As the day one Prank Kid believes myself, Prank Kid sweep. I would hope so. I'm really hoping Prank Kid are better than I think they are. I see so many downsides to the deck. The main upside I see for Prank Kid, so the tiny bit of copium I have, is if you see what Tenyi does when they go first, you turn 1 Tenyi play. Prank Kids just do that, but better. Alright? You're just setting up a field of indestructible things with a lot of stats, with at least one lot of disruption, and a buttload of life points. So, at the very least, you're setting up a field your opponent isn't going to kill you through most of the time. And if that's the case, at least the turn passes back to you, so maybe something with Prank Kid is doable? I don't know. I'm not super confident, but I'm hopeful at least. And at least I know that in the future, if they release even a slight bit more Prank Kid support, the deck will be a lot better. Just a slight bit more. If they release Link 1, the deck will be insane, so... PK Orcust will come. I'd play it if it was, okay? Let's be real here. I have an addiction. So when's the Orcust vid coming out? Fuck's sake. Stop. TG use Herald of the Light, turn 1. Fable lose. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sending cards from Pad. Oh, no. Fable, no. Fuck you, TG, and your Herald plays. I'd link one to the card trader. It ain't coming to the card trader. Actually, has Konami ever done when the Konami's added cards to the card trader, were they ever leaked first, or were they always just added by surprise? Like, is there a chance that Konami just adds it to the card trader on day one? Can we be on that? How much copium are we on right now? I don't remember there being any leaks for different card trader cards. Added by surprise. Ooh, maybe. Maybe they sneak it in on day one. Card trader, link 1 for Prank Kid. Trick Clan is nerfed self-damage. Yeah, we said that earlier when we were talking about it. Oh, they are normally linked? God damn it. Dream Mirror was by surprise. Tier 1 battery burn. Yeah, Slide tells me it's probably not. Dude, would it really be that bad if they added to the game? Would it be that bad? A link 1 that gives you a 1 card combo for double board, and you can play like 10 different tech cards in your deck then, so you have multiple disruptions. It's like Live Twin, but absolutely absurd. Gets a card draw as well, with depending on which opening hand you have. It's literally the Master Duel deck, like card for card. Is it really that bad, you know? Alright, boys. We've probably done enough streaming today. It's been fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to subscribe. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll probably be doing the combo video tomorrow, so I'll be uploading all the combos that this new box is going to be putting out, or some of them for you guys to look at to see just a rough idea of what this new box will be doing. So remember to subscribe and stuff for that, and follow if you're on Twitch as well for future streams and stuff. Limit the entire deck at that point. Alright,